Aloha! My name is Gypsy Fatima. It's been a while since I did any kind of YouTube video or on readings or anything like that. But with the pandemic going on, I feel like it might be essential for you guys to receive some kind of information and also for me to receive some kind of information from the universe because I have no idea what is going on right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tarot. I might be pulled to draw some oracle cards as well. I have my Cartomancy cards. They're vintage from Asbury Park Emporium down at Asbury Park, New Jersey. I also have my crystal ball here, so I will be doing a reading maybe consisting of 2 to 3 entities, okay? So I'm going to start by doing a clearing by lighting the incense. And I'm going to say like a short prayer on my own. Usually I have like a candle, like a white candle or something to light. Right now I'm just going to use my voice. Okay, so I feel the need to pull the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley. That's the first thing I felt before even being called to Crystal Ball, which is usually my first choice when I do a reading on more of a large scale or general level. So what these cards look like. I'm gonna work on that. And if anybody's wondering why I cover my crystal ball, especially with a red cloth, it's just because I use it for scrying and I don't want anybody else to look in. So it's just a form of protection. Also, I kind of leave it by the window sometimes, and for safety reasons, if the sun comes through, I don't want anything to catch fire. So let's see what we got here. So it's a cross that my mom got for me from Montreal. Let's see. So I have Catholic beliefs, so some of I'm not religious or Catholic, but I was raised Catholic, so I have those beliefs. Really, the only thing that differs is I don't believe that you need to go to church in order to give thanks and to give praise. You can do that at home, in the own comfort of your home. And to be fair, like, everybody's practicing solitude right now, right? So I would say that's the best choice anyway. So I'm gonna shuffle a couple times, maybe more than a couple times. So the person I communicate with in order to get my answers and to get my readings is Archangel Michael. So I'm gonna ask him to be here with me right now. Again, that differs a little from even just regular Christianity, or like born again Christians, that they don't they believe in angels, but they don't believe in archangels. So there's like or like worshiping of the saints. So there's a slight difference there when it comes to belief and prayer and the way that I do a couple things. Part of it was my upbringing as well. So I know that a lot of you might be feeling stress and pressure and dealing with the chaos that has been going on these past few weeks with COVID. And our presidency and all that BS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to give you a reading that um, obviously that spirit will allow us to receive, but also one that will give some clarity, some peace. I'm already feeling really anxious about this reading, so I think that it might not be it's going to be a difficult reading, I believe, as far as like the information that I'm going to get may not be very uplifting because we are in the middle of crisis or strife right now. Oh, came out. Abundance. Union. I'm hearing the word peace as well. Sorry if the shuffling takes a while. I haven't used these cards in a while. Just making sure everything is cleared out. When you stick towards the end of the reading, I have a Saromancy reading that I'm going to do. Saromancy is the study of flame. The study of wax. Pyromancy is the study of flame. So I will show you later. I have a candle that I made for a client, and she would like me to read the wax for it. So that is another service that I offer. Okay, so we have a reading here. So, abundance and union. Awakening. Ooh, that feels interesting. Awakening. Hearing a spiritual awakening for a lot of people. I'm gonna hold on to this one for now. Okay, so with abundance and union, I'm getting that we have reaped what we sowed. We are finally holding on to everything that we've made. We're coming together with the union card. Abundance isn't just about how much money that you've made. That's more prosperity. Abundance is about enjoying what you've accumulated throughout the years, and that could be your friends, your family, your loved ones. Self-love, just time for yourself, self-care, spending time doing a hobby or something that you haven't had time to do before. Union, reuniting with people, bringing people together, helping each other out, helping out your fellow neighbor. I feel with the awakening card, it really shook me. It almost feels like the earth has shaken. People are waking up. Light workers are waking up. We all have the ability to have this extra sense. You know, we're all born with it. It's just those who practice it more, or those who develop it more. You're going to see a lot of people, especially young people, just waking up, trying to change the world, trying to do better. We've already started to see that. Right now, it's a culmination. It's getting to like this peak, this point where it's almost like a chart, like a graphic chart. Like it's kind of going down, and then it's going to peak, and then it might level out, or it might even dip again. But right now, I just feel it going up, and we're at the peak right now. I hope that it levels out, but it's hard to say. It really depends on what our leaders decide that they want to do. But it's really feeling like I see a lot of racism and I see a lot of hatred, and I also see a lot of people coming together. We need to put our differences aside. And I'm hearing, and these are not my words. These are like the words I'm hearing exactly, that racism is gonna burn. Which is making me feel like I don't think that a lot of, like, we've had a very, like, it's an explosion of like white supremacy and neo-Nazism and all kinds of hate in this country in the past few years, and um, now people are being racist against Chinese people because of COVID-19, and it's fucking awful. And I feel like we're at this peak where it's like that needs to stop. That's going to stop. It just feels like it's going to end. It feels like racism is gonna burn out. It's gonna burn out. It's done. Like we're sick of it. We're tired of it. It's over. It's not gonna happen anymore. Something's gonna happen with the awakening card here, and I feel young people rising. I feel people coming together with the union card. I feel people having the time now to make an effort, to make a difference, to change the world, to focus on what they really want to do, what they really love, instead of what they feel like they have to do in order to survive, like paycheck to paycheck. I'm getting the peace card. Whoop, then that fell, and that's actually the word I heard in the beginning, if you remember me saying that. Abundance, union, and I heard peace. I see in the next year, actually, what I'm hearing, an ending, a good ending, one that is going to bring people together with the union card. And I'm putting them, I don't know if you can see, but so I have the cards kind of like a bridge almost. It's like they kind of show me how to lay the cards out, right? So, or I just get the feeling. So it kind of looks like this, right? I don't know if you can see that. So abundance, union, and then this card here, peace, right? And I heard with peace, hallelujah, which is interesting as well. And then we have right next to it, the awakening card. Something is going to come to an end. Dreams, following your dreams, following your passion, finally being able to do the things that you want to do, but it's not going to come easy. It's going to come with struggle. It's going to come with strife. It's going to come with pain, anxiety. But the anxiety, not so much. I see the anxiety leaving because I don't know how long COVID is going to be here. I'm hearing 3 to 6 months, at least 3 months. At least for, I'm thinking in terms of the US because that's where I'm located right now. And worldwide, I'm not sure. It could be shorter in some places, it can be longer in other places. But for the US, it feels at least 3 months for us to get back on our feet. And it won't be the same when we come back. People are going to be used to now having this time to follow their dreams and having this time to build unions with each other and having this time to awaken and to appreciate what they have with their abundance card, to look for other outlets. Businesses are going to be used to maybe trying something new, like having people work from home. A lot of young people have jobs where they can do that, and some businesses will still not let them. A lot of corporate offices, maybe for years, have been battling that. People have been like, why am I even coming to work when I can do this all at home? Well, now's your chance. It's really under extremely unfortunate circumstances, but during this sad time and this upsetting and troubling time, there is an outlet for change. Change in the way that we do things, change in the way that we see each other, change in the way that we operate this world, this country, this nation, this dilemma I'm hearing, this cycle. The cycle is just routine. Wake up, put your shoes on, go to work, go home, have dinner, maybe by yourself with your cat or your dog, or maybe with your spouse and your family, or maybe just with you and your children. And routine is not us. Routine is boring. Time is man's creation. This is all going to change. Time will still obviously be here, but we're not going to see things the same way. We're not going to like the routine. This is our shadow self card. Facing our dark side, facing that side that was suppressed, facing that side of us that has been overcome with grief and depression and sorrow and the same thing over and over and over. Feeling like you just had to do the daily grind and wait for the weekend, or whatever to feel free again, just to see it slip away. This is all gonna change. I feel it. I feel in my heart. I feel that pain that you guys go through. We all go through. Love. Some of you have loved ones that you haven't talked to in a long time. Unrequited love, people that you miss but you're too afraid to speak to. Can be family members, could be lovers, exes, maybe a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner who's just distant. Maybe they're traveling, or maybe they're just emotionally distant. Maybe a child who hasn't talked to you in a long time. I think around this time, again with the Union card, we're going to learn, and the Abundance card, we're going to learn to appreciate where we came from, what we have. You'll see a lot of people thinking about going home. So if you are, like, for example, I'm here, I'm a Jersey girl in Hawaii, right? I've already thought about going back to New Jersey now that flights are cheaper, just to be with my mom, who is going to have surgery soon, knee surgery, and just being there in the house to make sure she's okay just for a little bit. And then there are people who, because of the economy right now, may go home to another state to just be with their family just around this time. You'll see a lot of that. You'll see a lot of people going home, mending old wounds, wanting to be near each other. If this is you, then just know that with the enchantment card, if you see it, it is a mermaid or a siren, and in the background there's water and there's a lighthouse. Like, you'll be guided home, and you'll be protected, and it'll be scary at first, but the waters will navigate you, and a light will show you the way. And if it's not going home physically, it's reconnecting on some level with somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time, that you need reconciliation, even if you thought, never in a million years will I talk to this person again. Well, you know, things change, people change, years pass, and life is short, and now is not the time to hold grudges and to be angry and upset. You can still keep your distance and keep yourself safe, and follow your instincts and your gut feelings, of course, 100%. But if you are feeling that pull, but you're just too scared to make that jump because you're still holding on to some resentment, but you've got that pull, think about it, because this card is showing me a light will guide you home. Love. Facing your shadow self, facing the dark side of a relationship or family members that you haven't talked to in a while, facing that, following your dreams, following your heart, mending it, making a choice. And I'm hearing the words being a hero, and I don't know if that resonates with anyone, but it may mean somebody needs your help right now, and you can't be there right now, or you haven't been there for them, and maybe now it's your time to make that choice. Yeah, could be a choice between two jobs or two decisions that you've been thinking about. Maybe a choice between two people that you're in love with. Relationship choice. This is the time to do it. So if you're stuck between that, it is now. This is, even though we just passed Mercury retrograde, and me as a Gemini with Mercury as my ruling planet, you would think I'd be used to it already. Even though we just got out of that, it's like we didn't get out of that. It's like this is all kind of happening now, and it feels like a Mercury retrograde, even though it's not. And I'm not a really big astrology person, at least not with people. I do cat astrology, but that's another story. But I you know, and it's just something I'm hearing. So I'm not really big in astrology, but I am hearing that Mercury retrograde, it feels like Mercury retrograde, and I'm hearing Saturn, like strong Saturn. And I'm hearing facing your problems and reconnecting in love and compassion. Having compassion for others, understanding others. This person is on her knees with her hands folded, praying to an angel to help. I think some people need to put their pride and their ego down and put their pride and their ego aside, forgive people, and to show others compassion even when the world has literally kicked you down and you haven't received any yourself. Maybe you have a tough boss that doesn't want you to stay home during this time. Maybe someone has hurt you. Maybe you see a stranger and you feel like they need help, maybe on the bus, or well, you shouldn't really be on the bus unless it's an emergency, but in general, just someone that you feel a stranger that might need your help, and you happen to see them, and instead of thinking about yourself right now, which a lot of people are doing, maybe you want to reach out and help somebody. Protection. So this is all divinely planned. None of this is an accident. We are safe, we are guided, we are protected. This is unfortunately, this tragedy is happening for a reason. This woman is a strong looking goddess. Swans are beautiful. They're one of my favorite animals. They're two white swans, which show peace, reconciliation, reunification, and transformation, and an ending and a new beginning. Almost like the death card in the tarot, yeah? Mix the death and the tower card together and you get this card. So big change, new beginnings, endings, swan transformation from the duckling to the swan, like our story. Not scientifically accurate, but yeah. Hope and innocence. Two beautiful cards. This time period, being thrown back, having to take a step back, having to be home, having to reconnect with others, it's going to bring us back to almost like our childhood, almost like, you know, knowing and learning what it's like all over again to just reconnect with things around you. Play board games with your kids. Don't let them stress out. Do fun things at home. Reconnect with loved ones. Cook. And I know I feel like I've been saying that so much. Go back to that childhood innocence that you had, where you didn't have to worry about certain things. And I feel like if we are still worrying about bills, we are still worrying about all that right now. I'm feeling like that's going to change really soon. I don't know how, but I feel like we're going to be in a stage where we will revisit this innocence and the our childlike heart. Yeah, it's just, we're gonna change. We're gonna revisit that childhood innocence. I can't think of the right word that is on the tip of my tongue to describe it, but anyway, and that hope that we're gonna have. And it's interesting, the hope is not just that things will, that COVID will end and everyone will heal and get better, which we all hope, right? That's a given. But this hope that I'm feeling that I pulled, it's more of like a hope that once we get comfortable with all these beautiful things that I read about, as far as being home and reconnecting in abundance and reunification and reuniting, there's so many re's, right? Like going back, facing shadow self, making choices in love and finances and commitments and mending old wounds. And once we go and changing the world and how it's set up, the way we work, the way we think, the way we love, the way we act, the way we treat each other, the way we talk, the hope is that will stay even when this virus is over, and that we don't go back to our old ways. So that concludes the reading for today. I didn't even have to use the crystal ball. But if you have any questions, just let me know. And I will kind of give you a sneak peek on the ceromancy right now. So I do the ceromancy through pure intuition. There's some concepts that I am still studying as far as like how to read certain patterns and so forth. But this is for a client that I have. So here we go. Here, probably cannot see, but I'll show you in a second. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's a tray here, and then there's a candle and a plate. So I made this candle, and I've made several candles before. Haven't had any issues. So for this client, it was a love candle. Now I don't do any spell work, so the love candle was for self-love, whatever God felt like she needed at that time. And a little bit about her is that she was kind of, she's really interested in this one person, and he's in an unhappy marriage, and also not in the right place emotionally. So obviously nothing physical or serious has happened. But you know, she was lighting the candle, she just wanted love and happiness, not just for herself but for the people around her. A very general love candle. What ended up happening was the first time that she lit it, she told me it just burst into flames. So that's where the pyromancy comes in. So I did do a reading for her on that. And then she had left it after a while. It went back to normal. She can relight it. It was fine. Everything was great. She would snuff it out, and then it would reignite. So for her, I will say, like, this is the wife's energy coming through. So, but that being said, the wax here, there's wax here on this tray that she has. There's wax here on this plate that she has. There was a rosebud that I had put in. When she removed it, it looked like Sacred Heart of Mary. She placed it here before putting it in a jar, like I instructed her. So for Ceromancy, I will read the wax here on this plate that she left. I will read the wax in the candle, and I will also read the wax around the tray. Okay, so that's a little bit of what I do. So I'll make the candle with intention from scratch. Then I will read flame. Usually I read flame by consultation and videos that clients send me and pictures of the flame. And then the wax, they can either they usually return the candle, or they can also just take photos and I'll be able to read it that way. I also do palm readings, and we're doing social isolation, so send me a photo of your palm. Palm readings are $20. Candles are homemade. They start at $40. Right now I'm not making any more. This one was made before before COVID came through. I'm only reading the wax. So if you have a candle from someone else and you'd like me to read the wax, just send a photo. Same with pyromancy. And as far as candle making goes, I will be taking orders, but I won't be taking payment or making any candles until things get a little bit better. I also do tarot, oracle, crystal ball readings, which, for rates and everything, I'll put everything in the comments below, or you can always message me on Instagram. It's at Gypsy Fatima. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please follow, subscribe. Again, my Instagram is Gypsy Fatima. Mahalo. Have a beautiful day and stay safe and happy. Bye-bye.